Hey folks, real quick before I really get started, I use the term winning in the title of this video in the absolute loosest sense that I can, because technically speaking, as far as Gamergate is concerned, there is no win state. However, Gamergate is showing that there are repercussions for being corrupt in the journalism industry, which is the one of the main goals. So in that sense, it is winning. Now on to the actual topic at hand. Gamergate is winning! Woo! Insert Ron Paul happening.jpg here. Gamergate is doing a lot of damage to a lot of corrupt journalism and media sites, which is, it's not what it started out as, but it's basically what it's become due to these media sites refusing to actually do anything about the corruption at hand. It's rather silly that they could have ended this pretty much from day one, and they absolutely refused to, so it just spiraled into what it is now. And I can say with a very high degree of certainty, Gamergate is inflicting more damage to these sites and media outlets than pretty much anyone else was able to do in years. And this has only been going on for 3 months now, so that's kind of astounding. It seems to be blowing their minds, because they can't just wrap their heads around the fact that this is for lack of better terms, a leaderless, amorphous blob. This isn't someone that they can just go and attack. These media sites and the people who loyally and blindly follow them have to literally go after each and every single person in Gamergate. And to the best of my abilities to figure this out, the active participants are in the tens of thousands, probably 30,000 if I had to wager a guess. Now, that's active, as in does shit. Like my level of does shit, as in talks on a forum or makes a video. The ones that don't do shit, i.e. people that are probably just sending emails, that don't talk on forums, that are watching and observing, etc., probably 10 times that. You can usually figure that that's the typical rate for anything. You'll have the loud minority and then the silent majority. So probably figure in the ballpark of 300, at least a couple 100,000, probably 300,000 people at this point, and that's just like active observers and people that know what's going on and quietly support. If you count people that know what's going on and support but don't do anything, period, you're probably looking closer into the several 100,000. I'm pulling numbers and statistics out my ass, I know, but it's a lot of work trying to figure out, okay, this is that's the problem with amorphous blobs. You have to take a lot of guesses and give a lot of leeway. And this is it's what I find astounding behind all this is that it is probably the most diverse group I've ever seen in my life. You have staunch Democrats, you have staunch Republicans, you have libertarians, what have you. You have the religious, the heavily devout and religious folks. You have atheists. You have the porn industry in there too. I know the porn industry supports Gamergate. Kind of weird. Not knocking it, I'm just saying it's kind of it was one of those things that when you hear, it's like, okay. You have people in their 20s, you have people in their 50s, and every age in between. You have people, it's primarily North America, yeah, but you have people in South America, you got Europe, you got Asia, you got Australia. I don't think Africa technically is counted because, well, internet limitations of Africa. But I mean, this is people, some of these people that would normally could not and would not stand being in each other's presence. People that would normally be killing each other are all united under one banner, and it does my cold black heart some good to see that there is hope for humanity when there is something that can unite people who would normally never have anything to do with each other all together for one cause. And that is to stomp out corruption in journalism and journalistic media. And then you have the other side of this equation that I believe is batshit crazy. And they're doing anything that they can to stop this. I have been mentally pushed to my limits several times now because I have seen some things that have been said that I find appalling on even the most basic human level. I can't figure how they said this, and what's worse is these people have hundreds of loyal supporters and fans that justify their saying it. I'm not going to say a couple of examples that I really wanted to. If you've checked what some very high-profile figures have said in relation to real-life events that have happened in the last couple of weeks, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll leave it at that because I don't want to say exactly. I've done everything I can to avoid actually mentioning this. And the fact that they so quickly took these events and found a way to use them to their own personal and political advantage insulted me on a human level and nearly made me rage quit a couple of times because it was just too much to take. I couldn't stand that they did it, and I don't think it should be done. But there are no limits that these hipster douchebags will not go to. They will be as racist, as sexist, as bigoted, as just plain awful human being as you possibly could to push anyone with a conscience and a soul out. I think that that's their strategy right now. They are literally just doing every mean, nasty, despicable thing they can think of to try and push people that have souls and consciences out of this because they just get so disgusted they can't take anymore. And it's almost worked on me a couple times. I'll be the first to admit this. It has almost worked. But I find just taking a break and then coming back is probably the best medicine for this. It's just a matter of too much all at once, and then you just need to step back and regroup and come back again. So that's what I think needs to be done, is that anyone that is heavily in support of Gamergate, like I am, that has found issues like these happening, that they just need to step back for a couple days, let that just wash out of the system, and then come right back in again fresh as a daisy. Or whatever the phrase is, I don't know. And you'll be good again until they sink to new lows again and repeat the process. It really is kind of amazing that it's been going on for 2.5 of full months now, going on to its third. It's lasted a lot longer than I think anyone would have thought it would have. And I think that it's going to go well past Christmas, well past New Year's, which I'm sure a lot of companies are saying, no, please don't, because this is going to hurt a lot of pocketbooks really hard. And when those quarterly reports come back from the Christmas sales, whoo boy. So my advice is just keep going, keep pushing, and we're going to see a lot of changes happen because got to hurt them where it counts, in the pocketbooks. Alright folks, this has been Math Machine rambling on nonsensically, trying to keep up the spirit. Peace out.